Hello everyone, I'm Sheriff Wayne Ivey and you're on scene with the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. Early yesterday afternoon, one of our citizens sent our agency a very disturbing video of a female subject who was putting her dog in the hot trunk of her car. The female, who has now been identified as Sarah Ann Perry, was the actual owner of the dog and had brought the family pet to a local animal shelter where she wanted the staff to either take the dog or euthanize it, as she no longer wanted to keep it. The staff at the local shelter informed Perry that they were completely full and therefore unable to accept the dog, and additionally that they do not euthanize animals for the public. As a result of the conversation, Perry became extremely angry and returned to her vehicle, where she was observed putting the dog in the trunk of her car and then driving off. Thankfully, a citizen who observed what was taking place videotaped Perry as she put the dog in the trunk of her car, and members of the local animal shelter photographed the vehicle's license plate. Brevard County Sheriff's Office Animal Enforcement was immediately contacted and responded to the scene to initiate an animal cruelty investigation. As a result of the investigation, our team was able to identify the suspect, locate the dog, and take the dog into custody, as the dog was visibly emaciated and appeared to be uncared for. In addition, our team transported the pet to the Brevard County Sheriff's Office Animal Care Center, where our veterinarian examined the pet and determined that it was in very poor health and was extremely malnourished. As a result of our investigation, I am extremely pleased to share with you that earlier this afternoon, our team took Perry into custody for felony animal abuse for the despicable way she treated this poor, helpless pet. I'm even more proud to share with you that I personally walked Perry into the Brevard County Jail, which is exactly where she belongs. I can assure you that our team will be working closely with our State Attorney Phil Archer and his staff to ensure that Ms. Perry gets everything she deserves to the full extent of the law. The abuse of this innocent pet makes absolutely no sense and can only be attributed to someone who has zero compassion for animals and, quite frankly, shouldn't be allowed to even own a plant, much less a pet. As I've said many times before, anyone who could do something like this to an innocent pet could just as easily do it to a human. So I have zero remorse about locking her up or sympathy for any excuse she may have for her actions. I want to commend our many citizens who contacted us about this case and who shared this video with our agency to make sure that this woman was brought to justice. I also want to thank the citizen who videotaped the incident and the local animal shelter staff who contacted our agency so we could immediately initiate an investigation and intercede to save the dog's life. And then, of course, I want to thank our deputies, animal enforcement officers, and our animal cruelty agents who investigated the case and brought Perry to justice. What they do in this community to protect our citizens and animals is second to none, and I could not be more proud of them. Now, in closing, just in case you did not get the previous bulletins I've put out about animal cruelty, let me be very clear. If you harm an animal in Brevard County, we're going to put your butt straight in jail and do everything legally possible to make your life just as miserable as you made that pet's life. If in your sick little mind you're thinking about harming an animal, or human for that matter, I would highly recommend that you don't do it. But if for some reason you can't control yourself, then you better do it somewhere other than Brevard County. Because in this county, we take animal abuse extremely serious and personal for that matter.